Hello, everyone. Welcome to our meditation together. And I very much appreciate the togetherness of this practice, that we never really walk this path, Dharma path alone, even if we're meditating alone. It's not really alone. We're accompanied by generations of practitioners before us and the many practitioners who are practicing to this day, and then for all of us here, sharing this time together to meditate. Thank you. And as we begin, I want to evoke a description of the school of Zen that I practiced in, the Soto Zen school, many years ago. And the way that they described themselves, first they said they claimed to be more the Zen of farmers. Other forms of Zen were more the Zen of the samurais. And I like this idea of farmers who are tilling the soil and the certain kind of humbleness of being with the soil and that life outdoors. But also they described that form of Zen as being, the description of it was attention to detail. And there's something powerful about attending to the details of our life as if they matter. And so one of the things that matter, it's a small detail, but is the posture you assume when you meditate. And some people err on the side of being as comfortable as they can. And that can be fine. It can be appropriate. But in doing that, maybe you miss an opportunity. Because one of the details of a healthy life, a strong life, a life that's not swept this way and that way by the winds of life, by the tragedies of life, is a life that has some degree of confidence in it. Confidence is the ballast. Confidence is the way in which something is rooted, so it doesn't move so easily. And in terms of attention to detail, even if you don't feel much confidence, to assume a posture that expresses confidence. Put your body in a position that if someone saw you, or if you saw someone this way, you know that person's confident. And there's nothing insincere about placing the body in this posture, even if you feel a lack of confidence. But sometimes, if you lead with the body, the mind follows. If you lead with the body, there's a marvelous reference point to understand ourselves better. And maybe one of the reference points of a confident posture is that it's easier to see the lack of confidence that maybe we don't have to believe in. Maybe we can kind of sit strong, firm, rooted here, and not be pushed around so much by the winds of the mind. So assuming a meditation posture that maybe, if you're up for it, you feel expresses some confidence. Maybe a posture that allows the chest to be open, a little bit coming forward into the world. Not puffed up, certainly. Confidence is not arrogance. And maybe one where the back is a little bit straighter, more self-supporting, a little bit more upright. And then take some time to feel a solid contact with whatever is holding up your body. If you're sitting in a chair, it can begin with the feet, maybe both soles of the feet firmly on the floor or on some block you have to hold up the feet. If you're sitting cross-legged, take some time to feel the triangle of the knees and the butt, and maybe even rock back and forth and feel the stability of the contact, your weight resting against the mat, your cushion, your floor. And there's an art to relaxing parts of the body. It's not so that you sink, but so that your spine is gently lifted up, straightened. Sometimes relaxing in the waist, relaxing the small of the back. Relaxing the top of the thighs. There's a way of doing that it allows that kind of a lifting up out of that, to be the spine to be a little straighter. And if your eyes are not closed, close them now, so you can better feel the solidity of your body, the weight, the substantiality of it, the three-dimensionality of your body sitting here. And is there some place in your body that you associate with confidence? Or if not confidence, some place where some kind of inner strength resides, however weak, however small. And put your attention in that place. Breathe with it. And if it's there, to feel the confidence, the strength. Appreciate it. Confidence in a physicality where the body knows it is here. The body knows, feels its vitality, its livingness. The body has no doubts. Of the time and place where it resides, here and now. And then taking a few long, slow, deep breaths. And as you exhale, relaxing the mind. As you exhale, letting go of doubt. Of any thought that diminishes your own value. as you exhale, letting go into a confident body. A body that supports breathing, makes room for breathing. A body that yields to the movements of breathing. No resistance, just yielding. And as we continue meditating, perhaps some of the body's confidence can gently, lovingly support you to be present here and now with your breathing, with your body, confidently letting go of any thoughts that you have. by having a posture which is confident. That confidence can be silent. No thoughts, no ideas that have to go with it. In fact, it's a confidence that allows the thinking mind to rest. And then as we come to the end of the sitting, in the subtle ways, in subtle ways, can you sit up a little bit with more confidence, or evoke more confident way of being here in this meditation? Even if you just imagine yourself confident, a certain inner strength, a certain faith in one's own capacity to be present, to be able to face the challenges of life. A kind of confidence that is pleasant, that you appreciate having it. And with this confidence, gaze out upon the world. Looking upon all things kindly, with kind eyes, friendly eyes. Where the confidence supports your ability to remain with a kind regard for all things. A kind of confidence that supports goodwill, supports kindness. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free. And in directing this goodwill to all beings, we are directing it also to our fellow meditators. Each of them is part of this category of all beings. So I end this meditation with a wish that each of you be well and happy. May all of you be happy. May all of you be safe. May all of you be peaceful. And may all of you be free. Thank you. So hello everyone, and coming to the fifth of these 5 talks. For those of you who looked for them in the recordings, this week the talks are called Hindrances and Assistances. And the things that hinder us, the things that assist us in this life. And I'm looking at these things that categories of ways of being, which can either go in a hindering way or an assisting way, a positive way. So desires can hinder, and desires can help free us, can move us in good directions. Averting can take the form of hostility and aversion, But averting can also be turning away in a healthy way, an appropriate way, stepping away. That being freezing and sloth, torpor, going numb, is a version of being still. But the hindering one is also the stillness which is clarifying, creates clarity and presence. There is being animated, the energies of our life, that can lead to restlessness and preoccupation and thoughts and regrets. And there's also the way of being animated that comes from a deeper place that suffuses us with a sense of wonderful vitality. And today, the hindrance, maybe the kind of category is not knowing. And not knowing can take the form of confusion, doubt, indecisiveness, and uncertainty. And people get caught up in these and make all kinds of bad decisions because of their doubt, or they make no decision at all because of their indecisiveness, and they're kind of caught. But the positive side of this is a certain confidence, decisiveness that doesn't have to know anything. It can be sometimes we don't know, and the not knowing leads to doubt, or the not knowing can be held in confidence. One can know clearly, I don't know. But we say that not collapsing and not getting agitated, not feeling ashamed, but rather we take a posture of confidence. If you're standing, to stand with both feet firmly on the ground, standing tall, and and just kind of as if it's completely fine not to know, and just announce even to the whole world, I don't know. And almost as if people will be inspired that it's possible to be alive and confident and breathing and not to know. So a person has no doubts that they don't know. They know they don't know, not confused about it. They're not uncertain about it. And there's no lack of confidence in not knowing. There's a confidence in not knowing. Definitively, I don't know. And there's some real value in that kind of clarity, because then we don't give up our confidence. We can stay in our place of strength. And in a sense, we stand tall, and then we can look around from that place and see much better. We can start understanding what is happening in small degrees. But if we succumb to doubt and confusion, indecisiveness, and kind of a doubt, so some kind of doubt is cynicism and skepticism that keeps us swirling in thoughts, keeps us from showing up in a confident way. And I'd like to suggest that confidence doesn't require us to understand or to make a decision. We can stand and confident and relaxed in whatever way we are in life. There's no reason not to. And so there's a kind of healthy not knowing, the not knowing that maybe opens to possibilities where we're more available to the world to see clearly. And there's a kind of not knowing that leads to doubt and uncertainty and confusion and kind of spiraling out and feeling we have to know. And certainly there are times we have to make decisions in life. And so this being caught in indecisiveness is not so healthy. But to confidently assert, confidently recognize that I don't know what to do now. I'm being indecisive. I'm not making a decision. Just that confidence in making that statement, standing tall and confident, might give you access to something some other way of knowing, some other way of deciding, than if we get caught in the trap of uh, s- hindering doubt, the doubt that we kind of just agitatedly uncertain, agitatedly feeling lost and confused and uncertain what to do. The body being confident, the heart being confident, even if the mind doesn't know what to do, can be a guide and a support for finding some place inside that knows wisely what to do. So, so look for opportunities when you don't know, when you're not sure, and study yourself and see in your not sureness, or your not knowing, do you somehow are get influenced that in a certain way by that is depleting, lowers your energy, lowers your confidence? It's a little bit of a downer. Or can you step into not knowing as if it's almost like I don't know, like a room that you're stepping into. And yes, I'm in this room of not knowing, but to stand there confident. And this has a lot to do with where we identify ourselves. If we identify ourselves as the one who's confused, who doesn't know, who's uncertain, then we might not be able to find a way out easily. But if we don't know, and if we're not certain, but we think of it just a room we're in, or a situation we're in, and if we're going to identify with anything, to identify the one who can do this postural confidence, who can stand clearly, definitively, I am here, I am present, no doubt about it, and do that with strength and confidence. Then the not knowing, that maybe even the confusion of what to do, is not going to debilitate us the same way as if we identify with it, if we see it as a personal kind of fault or failure that way. So one of the great possibilities of meditation is that to sit with some modicum of relaxed confidence in the midst of whatever storm is going on and whatever confusion is going on. So I offered this week as the kind of the background for this week, or assumption, is that when we feel challenges in our life, it's very easy to be swept up in the drama and the concerns and the trying to figure out and the difficulty of it. And sometimes, whether it's conscious or semi-conscious, unconscious or semi-conscious or even conscious, we can have strategies of trying to cope with it which are not helpful. And those are the 5 hindrances. And sometimes the 5 hindrances are used to try to escape, so we don't have to face the challenge. Even restlessness and agitation and doubt sometimes is a running away. And sometimes it's safer to be caught in those than to feel like you're addressing it directly, what's going on. But to take the time to pause, to step back and ask the question, what is my strategy with this challenge? How am I responding to it? What's my relationship to it? What am I trying to do in relationship to it? What desires are part of it? What motivations are coming up? Simply to ask that question begins to create some space, begins to create some independence, creates a kind of a little different ecology than if we're caught up in the challenge. And if we've learned something about being confident in some simple way, then that stepping away to ask this question, what is going on here for me? What am I doing? How am I responding? To ask that question from that place of confidence makes also, it changes the ecology in which we're working with. It's not easy to remember to be confident because the habit of succumbing, the habit of criticism or feeling kind of somehow identifying ourselves with all this is hard. But to switch this, where we get caught, by just simply asking questions, pausing, stepping back. What's going on here? And then if there are the hindrances that are operating, remember that if you don't necessarily throw away the baby with the bathwater, maybe the hindrances are connected, have a relationship to the other side, to a positive side. And see if you can swing the pendulum to the other side or evoke the other. So if there's a lot of sensual desire for addictive behavior, for getting lost in comfort food or whatever, can you swing over and evoke your capacity for aspiration, your capacity for inspired desire for the good? If you're caught up in hostility and aversion, can you swing to the other side and say, this is a difficult situation. Is there some way that I could step away now? Pause, either from the situation or from my own aversion. Maybe that's what I should step away from, avert myself so I can see more clearly. So, and these positive aspiration, stepping away, being still for the sake of clarity, finding a place to be animated that from within that has a pleasure to it, that feels pleasant, not harmful, in the way that agitation or restlessness can be harmful. And to find a confident place of not knowing if that's what's going on. All these positive ways assist us. They work together, they support us. And to have these is almost as checklists that we go through can support this ability to step away from being mired in the challenge. To do this in the small challenges of life, so they become kind of easier and easier, more familiar practices to do. Then at some point you come to a big practice, big challenge, and you might have some healthy, beneficial capacity to go through this in a more clearer way. So, now I have some announcements. So, two of them. One is that for the next few weeks, we have guests coming for the Monday, this YouTube teachings in the morning here. I'm going to be away. I'm going to teach a retreat and have a vacation with my wife. And then when I come back from that, I go immediately to do another retreat at our retreat center. So I think it's about a month before I come back to be here and with you all. And I've invited the wonderful teachers to teach in my place. And some of them I think they've all been here before. And I'm delighted that they can come, and in this way, wonderful way of mutual support. If you want to support them in their efforts to get up in the morning while they're here, that would be kind of inspiring for everyone. And so I'll continue when I come back with this series on challenges. I hope you find it useful And then the last announcement is that the way that we post, broadcast these on YouTube, is that when I'm not here, it's people usually do it from their homes, and to do that we have to create a Zoom room, and then through Zoom there's a way of transferring the broadcast over to YouTube so you can see it here. But some teachers know how to do it for themselves, but some don't. And so we have some dedicated volunteers here who've been helping with this, setting up the room, with the Zoom room for the teachers and supporting them too so they can teach this way. But we need more. So if any of you would be interested in volunteering, learning what it would take to do this task, I mean, a lot of these technology tasks are difficult. until you learn them, and then they're easy. So to get a hang of it. And if you're interested in helping with that, you can be from anywhere in the world. You can email contact@insightmeditationcenter.org, or you just go on the website and find the general kind of information email, and that'll be forwarded to Kevin, and Kevin will contact you and probably train you or something. So thank you very much, and I appreciate this time with you all this week, and I do look forward to, and happily, to the chance to come back here in a month. And then we'll make some words at some point when I come back. It's close to the time of finishing our 3rd year of doing this on YouTube. And for me, that's quite a wonderful anniversary, and as we start our 4th year. Thank you.